Hey guys, what's good? It's PowerUpBoxing here. I got some news. Floyd Money Mayweather Jr., Pretty Boy Floyd. He's not going to fight anymore December 31st. There's going to be no Rush Hour 4. They are stopping production. And I don't know what happened, but Floyd just released a statement. I actually heard from I think it might have been ESPN, or it was some boxing YouTube channel. I forget what it was now. It could have been ESPN or yeah, I forget, to be honest. But I just heard it earlier today, making the video now. Floyd's Instagram, though, I assume that's where people got the information first, from his Instagram. Floyd had to say, "Now that I am back on U.S. soil after a long and disappointing trip to Tokyo, I now have the time to address you, my fans, and the media in regard to the upcoming event on December 31st. Well, what the fuck, man? Why did it take you 3 days later to do this? That was recently announced. First and foremost, I want to make clear that I, Floyd Mayweather, never agreed to an official bout with Tenshin Nasukawa." Okay, he definitely didn't write this, we know that. And why would you go to a press conference with someone that you're not going to fight? And I could understand... Let me finish the paragraph first, actually, and then I'll give you my thoughts. So... in fact, with all due respect, I have never heard of him until this recent trip. None of us have. And ultimately, I was asked to participate in a 9-minute exhibition of 3 rounds with an opponent selected by Resin Fighting Federation. What I was originally informed of by Brett Johnson of One Entertainment was that this was to be an exhibition put on for a small group of wealthy spectators for a large fee. This exhibition was previously arranged as a special bout purely for entertainment purposes and with no intentions of being represented as an official fight card nor televised worldwide. Once I arrived to the press conference, my team and I were completely derailed by the new direction this event was going, and we should have put a stop to it immediately. Yeah, you should have. I want to sincerely apologize to my fans for the very misleading information that was announced during the press conference, and I can assure you that I was too completely blindsided by the arrangements that were being made without my consent or approval. For the sake of my several for the sake of the several fans in attendance that flew in from all parts of the world to attend this press conference, I was hesitant to create a big disturbance by combating what was being said, and for that I am truly sorry. I am a retired boxer that earns an unprecedented amount of money. Yeah, calm down, buddy. Globally for appearances, speaking engagements, and occasional small exhibitions. Well, you just lost a lot of money for people who had to fly down to see you for a fake event that supposedly wasn't supposed to happen, and you never agreed to. You just made all those media outlets fly down there and waste their money to film this shit and report on it, and they're trying to make a living off this boxing. They're not making your kind of money, and it was just a fake event. So yeah, you should have said something. So let me get into it, guys. Do you want to know what I think happened? I think that simply why he came out with this 3 days later is he got cold feet. He's seen video footage of what's his name, the Japanese guy's his fights. I forget his name right now. Tenshin Nasukawa. So he's seen fight video on him. You see him fucking knocking people out with knees and kicks. And in his training, I was going to actually make a video, but I never got to it yet. He actually he's southpaw. He when Tenshin was on the mitts, he kind of looked like Manny Pacquiao. He had a good 1-2, good snap on the pads with the 1-2. And I was going to make a video about that, how we kind of look like Manny Pacquiao on the mitts a bit. But yeah, in his fights, I actually watched some highlights of his fights, and the guy has all his fights are like highlight reel fucking knees and kick knockouts and punch, just knockouts. And simply, Floyd got cold feet, and he was gonna make $90 million for this fight too, and that's kind of crazy. Like, he's saying that it was supposed to be an exhibition, 3 rounds, and the opponent was selected by the resin, right? And the fight was supposed to be only shown for a small group of wealthy spectators. Are you kidding me that you didn't know that this was going to be on TV televised? They were just going to pay you $90 million to see you fight. Are you kidding me, Floyd? You are not Mike Tyson. And even then, who would pay $90 million to see a fight at your house or at your party or at your compound, whatever? I don't care how rich you are. They're not paying you $90 million to fight this guy. Like, unless you're fighting, like, I don't know, like, you're fighting, like, we'll say, a lion or some shit. They pay you a ridiculous amount to fight a bear or a lion, like Gladiator, like, times, like in the, what do you call it, the Roman Colosseum. If it's that kind of crazy shit, okay, but they're not paying you $90 million to fight an unknown guy. Unless it's going to be televised and they're going to make money from it. Like, let's be, like, how, that excuse is, this doesn't add up what he's saying. Is that what I'm saying? Not only that, but, like, 3 days later he says that. And you're telling me right after the press conference, okay, you didn't want to say it in front of everyone, which that doesn't add up either, because Floyd's not the kind of guy that's shy about that and wouldn't say anything, or his team. They don't seem like they'd be shy about that. And let's just say they were, and they didn't want to let down the media and say it right there and get, like, shit thrown at them or whatever. Like, why wouldn't you say something the second the press conference ends and then tell them? Why wait 3 days later? That's what I'm told. It took them 3 days. I could be wrong. That's just what I heard, that it took them 3 days. But yeah, it was advertised by ESPN. It was advertised by ES News, Ego Boxing. All the major boxing and sports channels were saying this fight was taking place December 31st. And then he comes out and does this. Now, like I said, this doesn't add up. That he would wait that long to tell people, and that he wouldn't know that. Why would they? Did he honestly think someone would pay him $90 million just to fight in front of them on their property? Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, they want to make money. They don't want to give $90 million to one of the most boring boxers of this generation to fall asleep. Or I could see they want their fighter to maybe head kick Floyd and knock him out or something. But still, $90 million to see that? I wouldn't pay someone that much money just to see that. Like, even if you really hate Floyd and you want to see him lose, I would not pay $90 million to see him lose. So, yeah, he should have seen that. Like, that's just ridiculous. I think he got cold feet. And like I said, and another point I got to bring up. They were going to fight in Japan. It wasn't going to be in Las Vegas. And there, may I say any more? Floyd runs Vegas. He calls all the shots in Vegas. And I think what happened here was not that he just got cold feet, which could have been part of it, right? He's seen like I said, this is a kickboxing match. You've seen this guy knocking people out, highlight reel knockouts with flying knees, and check it out. He actually has highlight reel knockouts, Tenshin. But not only that, but he found out he couldn't call the shots. He wasn't having his way with the promotion like he does with other fighters he fights. He wasn't getting everything he wanted. All the cards weren't being stacked in his favor. Besides the size difference, everything else maybe wasn't getting. He wasn't getting what he wanted. Like, it's not in Vegas. Maybe they wanted a full contact kickboxing match. Floyd just wanted to box him. Maybe they didn't want that. They wanted the kickboxing. Maybe Floyd was saying, oh, you can grapple with me and clinch and throw knees to the body, but you can't throw knees to the head, or you can't kick me to the head. Maybe he was trying to say something like that, and they were like, no, we're not having that. This is going to be a full contact kickboxing match. And Floyd's like, okay, I'm out. I don't want to do this then. That could have been the case, because he said it was a special bout, and maybe he expected it just to be a boxing match, right? Like, maybe that was it, right? Or a boxing match with MMA gloves on. Who knows? I don't know. Special rules. He wasn't getting his way, and he's like, "Fuck it. I'm not fighting you then, because I'm not getting everything I want. I'm not getting all the cards stacked in my favor, so I'm not fighting him." Even though the guy he was fighting, he was 5'4", probably a lot smaller reach. Obviously, if it was a boxing match, it would be completely one-sided, right? Floyd would easily beat him. I assume, if it was just boxing. And they're not going to pay you $90 million just to see that. Like, you got to be stupid to think that. And I don't know, during the press conference, his team and him did not look like they were, what do you call it? Like they were surprised. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. It's too bad it's not happening, but then I don't really care. Like I said, it's better that it doesn't happen if it was just going to be a boxing match or a kickboxing match with special rules. It's better that it didn't happen. The only way I would want to see this fight and be excited for this fight, Floyd versus Tenshin, is if this was a full contact kickboxing match. But if Floyd was going to call the shots and get his way and make it special rules or just boxing, I didn't want to see it. I'm glad it didn't happen if that was going to be the case. But like I said, maybe they wanted the full contact kickboxing match, and Floyd said, fuck that, I ain't getting knocked out, fuck that, I'm out of here. Let me know what you guys think while he pulled out of the fight. $90 million he could have made. So he just threw that away. And I bet a lot of people are pissed, like media people. Like I said, they flew down there, they paid for a bunch of shit, thousands of dollars to get to get to Japan. So it is what it is. Power Up Boxing stayed power up, guys. Sorry, it's kind of late here. Remember, guys, to stay powered up. And I'll see you in the next video.